Hi, friends. Welcome to episode 57 of Pantry to Plate. I am Kristen, the dietitian, and we are coming to you from the Kaiser Permanente Learning Kitchen at the Atlanta Community Food Bank. Welcome to summer. School is almost out, and kids are going to be home for the summer. And at the same time, it is strawberry season. So we are going to be highlighting dishes that can be prepared with fresh strawberries because we have a bunch of pallets of fresh strawberries in the warehouse at the food bank. So partners, check out the eHarvest item code at the bottom of the screen here. You'll see them in the produce section on eHarvest, but that will take you straight to it if you use those item codes. They come by the pallet, which we understand is a lot of strawberries, but I'm going to show you some easy ways to share with your neighbors how they can prepare the strawberries to save them for later, because eating a bunch of fresh strawberries up front, while can be easily done, we might get tired of it kind of quick. So let's get started. So 3 recipes today using fresh strawberries. The first recipe I'm going to make is strawberry jam. So this is going to be a quick jam that you can make on the stovetop or in the microwave, and it only has 3 ingredients. We are working with strawberries, of course, a little bit of sugar, and some lemon juice. So the lemon juice helps to bring out the flavor of the fresh strawberries. If you don't have that, no worries, you're still going to get this fresh strawberry flavor. So for the jam, I've already prepared it because we needed to have it for one of our other dishes, and it needed to be cooled down. So this is how much you get from 1 pint or one like clamshell of strawberries. It doesn't look like a lot, so having more than 1 pack of strawberries will make a lot more jam to move forward. So just keep that in mind. So all you're going to do is you're going to cut off the tops, and you're going to cut out the white part here on the inside of the strawberry. That part can be a little less sweet and a little more bitter, so cutting that out helps. But it's fine if you're just going to cook it, because it doesn't matter, it's going to cook down. So add your cut strawberries to your pot with 1/4 cup of sugar and the juice of 1 lemon, optional. And you're just going to cook it down on a medium heat. You want to stir it occasionally. And then the whole process takes about 10 minutes to make this quick strawberry jam. Once the entire surface of the jam is covered in bubbles, you know you're getting really close to it being done. It may look looser than you expect it to at that stage, but once it cools down, it's going to thicken up with all of its natural sweetness. So then you'll end up with a jam consistency much like this. So that's how you make a jam. You can do that with any type of berries. Oh, you've got some fresh, some blueberries that have been in your fridge for like 1 or 2 days too long, and they're like a little bit soft, but they're not bad. Great opportunity to cook them up into a quick jam. Raspberries, toss them all in the same pot, and it'll be delicious. So that's how you make a quick jam with strawberries. The next thing we're going to do is use this quick jam to make a really fun breakfast dish called PB&J Sheet-Pancakes. So making pancakes can be time consuming because you have to have multiple frying pans on your counter, on your stovetop, or you need a griddle so you can cook a lot at one time. But making this sheet pancake helps you make your batter and you put it in the dish and you bake it all at the same time, and you cut it like a cake, and it feels like it's dessert, but it's breakfast. So let's go through how we make the PB&J sheet pancakes. So I'm gonna make my pancake mix from scratch. You can also use a store-bought box pancake mix if that is what you have on hand. I know often that shows up in food pantries as well, so you have options here. I'm starting with 2 cups of flour. This is all-purpose flour. And then to my flour, I'm going to add some, let's see here. We need our dry ingredients first. There we go. So I've got some baking powder and some sugar and what else? Yeah, baking powder, sugar, and what's this guy? Salt. So a little bit of salt helps balance out the flavors. That was only 3 tablespoons of sugar for the whole dish to go in the mix itself. So we've got our dry ingredients. I'm gonna grab a whisk so I can make sure they get incorporated really well. It's important to make sure that the baking powder gets mixed into the dry part first before you add the wet part, because it helps to make sure that it rises evenly across the mix versus, in certain spots because it didn't get mixed in well. So we've got our dry here all mixed together. Okay. I think what I want to do is grab a bigger bowl just in case my stirring gets a little aggressive in the next step. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to transfer to my bigger bowl. There we go. That makes me feel a little bit more safe on camera. So we're going to make a well, like just open up the middle just like that, and we're going to put all of our wet ingredients in the middle. If you've ever made bread before or pasta, sometimes this is a step that you take. So this is just going to be similar to that. So I've got some milk here, about 3/4 cup of milk. Pour it in there. I've got 2 eggs. And I've got some oil to add to the batter here. It's not a lot. About 2 tablespoons of oil. Okay. And I'm going to take that same whisk and I'm going to whisk the wet together in the middle. So like in reality, you're just using one big bowl. You could have your individual ingredients set up next to you, but not measured out in all the individual bowls. So it doesn't take a lot of dishes to prepare this dish. So there's my wet. So then I'm just going to slowly incorporate the dry into the middle part. So just every few stirs, I just make it a little bit wider. Yep, and grab some of that dry on the outside. There you go. There you go. So this is going to be a little bit thicker batter than what you might be used to when making pancakes. That's just because we're going to bake it all in the oven. It takes a little bit of muscle there. Actually, I'm gonna switch over. Go to my spatula so I can scoop the rest of that in there. There you go. Okay. So that is it on the batter. Cool. So I'm going to take an 8x8 baking dish and I'm going to spray it with nonstick spray just to make sure nothing sticks. Nothing worse than having your breakfast stick to the pan. And then I'm going to take my batter and just dump it in here and spread it out evenly. Go. It's giving me like cake mix. It kind of feels like a box cake mix. And that's what you're looking for in consistency. Okay. So we're just going to spread it out evenly. So my dish is nonstick, and then the spray on top is making it not spread so easy, but that's okay. All right. That's even enough. Once it heats up, it's just going to spread out the rest of the way. So now we're going to do our peanut butter and jelly topping. So this is where our strawberry jam is going to come back into the picture. What we want to do is just put our peanut butter in the microwave for about 20 seconds and give it a stir. We don't want it to be hot. We just want it to loosen up and make it be really easy for us to drizzle over the top of our dish. So let me grab a tiny spoon and pop it in the microwave for a few seconds. And then our strawberries are nice, good consistency right now, so we don't have to do anything with that. You could use strawberry jam from the store. If you've got just some in your fridge already, you could use that in place of this. But for the sake of using up our fresh strawberries, we're going to use our homemade jam. Okay, almost there. Just takes a couple of times in the microwave to get it to loosen up. So it is easy for you to spread across the top. So the final version here is going to be like a marble top of PB&J. There we go. So now you can see that it's really easy. Yeah, that is exactly what we're looking for. So what we're going to do is take our peanut butter and jelly. So this is equal parts. So we might have a little bit more jelly this time around, but it's about 3 tablespoons of peanut butter and 3 tablespoons of jelly. We're going to take our little spoon and we're just going to dollop some peanut butter. We're just going to say, there's some peanut butter. Let's come over here and add some more. And then like maybe we'll do one in the middle. And then over here in this corner. It doesn't have to be even or like the same on both sides. It doesn't matter because we're going to swirl it all together. There's some more peanut butter. Okay, let's see. One more here. Yeah, that was a big one. Okay. So then we're going to do the same thing with our jelly, but in all of the open spaces around the peanut butter. Here. So once we get all of these out, what we're going to do is take the back end of one of these spoons and swirl it all the way across all the little piles of peanut butter and jelly. And that's going to give us a really cool marble look. And it's going to make sure every single piece has peanut butter and jelly in it mixed in really nice. Let's see. How's that look? We need a little bit right here. Okay. Now it's time to swirl. I'm just going to use the back end of the spoon. You can use anything that you have. So I'm going to start over here and I'm going to go straight across and just swirl it up. Yum. It's kind of like cheesecake brownies or like when you put cream cheese on top of something. So I'm going to go in both directions. Looks like we're missing a little bit of peanut butter over there. So let's add that. We don't want to miss any of the sides. Here we go. Swirl it in. Perfect. Okay. So now that we're all peanut butter and jelly swirled, we're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. You know that it's done when you use a clean fork or a butter knife and poke in the middle and it comes out clean. So caveat here is that you will get peanut butter and jelly on your fork. So you're looking for batter and not topping when you check for doneness. Okay? In the oven it goes. And we set that timer for 15 minutes and we're going to check on it in a few minutes. Okay, so now that one's in the oven, we're going to go on to our last recipe. Well, 2 more things. I'm really excited about the last one, so I'm trying to jump ahead. Let's not do it. Before we make the last recipe, we've got to talk about how to freeze strawberries. So if you've got a lot of strawberries on hand and you want to have some for later, it's a good idea to put them in the freezer. So there's one good way to do this that makes it easy for you to use the amount that you need when you're ready to use it. So instead of taking all of the strawberries and washing them off and putting them in a bag or in a container and putting them straight in the freezer, we're going to take one extra step here. So when you get ready to freeze your berries, you have two choices. You can core them, which I'm going to show you how to do, or you can leave it whole like this with the leaves still on top. So for this next dish that I'm going to make, it's helpful to have the leaves still intact because it's going to end up being like a handle for you when you make. I'm trying not to tell you what the next dish is yet. It's going to be a handle for you to prepare your frozen berries. So that's a good idea to think about. If kiddos are going to make this next dish, this is a great way for them to keep their fingers out of the way when they are preparing the strawberries. Now, if you would like a more universal way to freeze your berries for any type of preparation, this is the way to go. You need to cut off the tops and core it. So what you need to do is you need a small knife like this. And what I'm going to do is basically like run my knife around the top of the core. So easy way to do this is I will twist and take off the leaves, and then I will set my berry on the side, and I will put my knife in right on the edge where you can see, where you can see the white start around the stem. And then I'm going to move my berry, not the knife. So I'm going to hold it in place, and then I'm going to move the berry. I'm just going to go in a circle like this. So I am guiding where the knife goes inside. So then I just cut out that little core, and I have the core cut out here, and that it just makes it easy to do that step. So I'm going to show you again. So got my berry, going to twist and remove the leaves. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to place it on the edge of the white part, because the white part is what you want to cut out, including the stem. So then sideways, I'm just going to roll the berry towards me, just like so. Yep, that was a little bit more tough, but we're still going to roll it just like that. There's the core, and there's your whole berry. So we just took out the whole H-U-L-L of the strawberry. So you don't have to do it that way. If you feel comfortable with the knife and everything, you can just do it like this. You're still rolling the berry, see? It's just without a solid surface. So you're still rolling it around the core. So that's the like safety feature and then the confident way. So you decide how you feel about it. So you can freeze your berries whole like this, or if you want to, you can cut them in half, and you can have half pieces, or you can cut them into quarters. It doesn't matter how they're frozen. So at this point, I'm going to take a cookie sheet, a baking sheet, and I'm going to put my berries on it. There we go. You want to make sure that your berries are dry. So before we take off the stem and we cut out the hull, we want to wash and dry them, make sure that they're nice and dry. Otherwise, we're going to have icicles over the outside of the strawberries, which isn't going to hurt it. But long term, it can cause the berries to freeze or burn. So just making sure they're dry is a good idea. So we're going to put these in the freezer just like this. And then after they are frozen completely solid, you're going to take the berries from the baking sheet and you're going to put it in a storage container. So that can be a Ziploc bag. It can be a container with a lid, whatever will fit into your freezer space. So that way, when you're ready for some berries that are frozen, they're easy to access. So once you go to that bag, they're not going to be stuck together to each other, and you're not going to have to like bang them and try to get them to come apart. You can easily grab the amount that you want from your frozen pack if you freeze them individually like this first. Now, you don't have to do this, but it does help, especially if you're not going to use all of the frozen berries at the same time in the future. So it's up to you to decide on that. Okay, so that's how you freeze the berries. Now we can go on to the next dish because I'm super excited about it. So I'm going to go take these berries to the freezer, and I'm going to go grab the other berries that we need for the next dish. Okay, I'll grab this. I'll be right back. And I'm back, and I have more than frozen strawberries. You see the other fruit that I have here? We're about to make something super fun and actually super on brand for the month of May. So May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And I didn't think about this when I first started preparing for this episode for strawberries. This dish aligns with a shaved ice style dish that is found across multiple Asian cultures. Different cultures have different styles of this dish, and my style is a little bit different from theirs because we're going to shave our fruit to make ice instead of having ice with a flavored syrup on top. So we're going to have shaved strawberry ice with a coconut sauce. And I'll tell you about the coconut sauce once we establish the shaving process. So I kept the stem on this because I wanted to show you how it can be your handle. And you know what? I think I just debunked myself right there live on camera. They're a little too flimsy now that they're frozen to hold. So that doesn't work. And so we're going to keep it moving. Okay, that happens sometimes. So we're just going to have to hold the whole berry, and it's going to work out in our favor. So you notice I have some frozen bowls here because we don't want to put our shaved fruit into a warm bowl because it is going to melt really quickly. So cold bowls with frozen fruit shaved into it is the best bet to make this last. I'm going to use a super fine grater. So this is called a microplane, and it's very fine. And it's also referred to as a zester. So you can use this to take the top layer of citrus fruit like limes and lemons and oranges to keep that strong citrus oil flavor from those fruits. So this is just very finely grated. You can also use a cheese grater on the smallest hole. So this side or this side, where each of the little holes kind of looks like a little pucker. This side is used for Parmesan cheese in the same way that this grater can also be used for Parmesan cheese. So you've got an option here. So we're going to take our strawberry and we're just going to grate it into the bowls. So at this point, your fingers are going to get cold, and that's just part of the process. So we're just going to grate it. It looks like strawberry snow, and I'll show you in just a second. I was afraid to do this ahead of time because I didn't want it to freeze solid and then not be able to show you that it's like shaved ice. So bear with me. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Okay, look. It is shaved strawberry ice, and it smells like strawberries. Okay, I'm not going to do everything right here, but I wanted to show you, you can do this with other fruit too. I've got some cantaloupe and some honeydew, which match really well with the coconut sauce that I'm going to put on top of it. So let's just do a little bit of all of it. So I'm going to grab a piece of cantaloupe and grate it up too. That one actually goes a little bit more smoothly than the strawberry does. This is so fun. So you might want to keep like a bowl of warm water nearby. So you can thaw out your fingers every couple pieces of fruit. Okay, so we got strawberry and we got cantaloupe. And you can smell both of that, and it smells so fresh. Let's do a little bit of honeydew. Okay, so shaved ice. It's shaved fruit in the style of shaved ice that is usually just saturated in super sweet, syrupy flavor. But here, the base is the flavor. I'm so excited about this. So, this is a great opportunity for kids to make snacks like during the summertime. So if you've got any extra fruit, toss it in the freezer, hand them a cheese grater, teach them how to keep their fingers out the way. Keep your fingers out the way when you're doing your cheese grating. And it's just fun, and it's a much healthier, upgraded version from the really sweet, like non-nutrition added syrups that you would get from shaved ice. So I hope you'll try this. We're gonna put a little bit of our coconut sauce on top. If you've ever had mango and sticky rice from Thai cuisine, this is the coconut sauce that they serve on top. It is super simple, and it pairs so well with the shaved ice and the flavors of the fruit. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit on top, just a little bit. So you may know that shaved ice sometimes is served with sweetened condensed milk on top. So the sweetened condensed milk is basically milk that's been boiled down to remove a lot of the water, and it's packed with sugar. That's why it's so thick and syrupy. And while it's delicious, it adds a ton of extra added sugar. So you can use this coconut sauce as a substitute for that. I'm using here a low-fat coconut milk. It has like 2 tablespoons of sugar and just a little bit of salt. The salt helps to balance out the sweet and bring out the flavor of the coconut. And it just pairs so good with this. So I'm gonna have a little bite of this real quick. So excited. Okay, we got all the fruit. That is exactly how I expected it to taste. It's creamy because I don't even know how to describe how having the fruit shaved is creamy to your mouthfeel, even without the coconut sauce. It just melts so nicely. It's so good. It's so good. So you can have fun with this. You can have just the frozen fruit shaved. You don't have to have the coconut sauce. You can put other toppings on it, like some chopped nuts, some coconut shavings. What else? You can put crunchy cereal on top of it, whatever flavors you have. In Asian cultures across the world, they have a lot of different interesting toppings for their shaved ice dishes. Like in Korea, their shaved ice dish is called bingsu, and it's made with sweet milk shaved instead of just ice shaved. So it's like a creamy ice. It's interesting. And sometimes it has like red beans and different types of flavored jellies and boba and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different toppings that you can add to this. You can really have fun with it. That's our PB&J sheet pancakes. That one needs a couple more minutes. So I got super stuck on this one here. Forgot I had one more dish to show you the final version of. Okay, so I hope you'll try this shaved ice. And please let us know if you do, like what fruit you decided to shave, and let us know. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to show you the final product of the sheet pancakes. And here we go. So Here is the final version. So it looks like a cake, but it's a big, thick pancake, and it's already got all of the sweet topping on top. So no syrup really needed. The only thing you need to add to make this a balanced breakfast would be something that adds some protein, because you're not going to have a ton of protein here in your pancakes. So we're going to serve it up with some vanilla Greek yogurt on top. So instead of something like whipped cream or something like that, you could add some Greek yogurt, which is going to add that protein source that's going to slow down how quickly your body will absorb all the sugar from the strawberries, which is not a ton, and then balance out how quickly your body uses it. So we're going to have to get some of this vanilla Greek yogurt over here. And I'm going to grab my spatula. Here we go. I'm going to cut out a corner of this. It cuts super easy. All right, there's our pancake. Looks like a slice of cake, and we're going to put some vanilla Greek yogurt right on top. Yum. Okay. I actually just want to pick it up and eat it like a piece of pizza. Spread it. There we go. I took a big bite. Note to self, don't take big bites on camera. This is so delicious. It's a moist like cake, but it tastes like a pancake. It really is like a pancake and a cake had a baby. And the peanut butter and jelly on top adds really great flavor. And the yogurt also, like, this is a really delicious dish, and it's a fun way to mix up your breakfast and save yourself some time in the cooking process of making pancakes. So, friends, I hope you will try one of these recipes using fresh or frozen strawberries in the near future, especially since school's getting out and we want to be making quick dishes and treats for our families. So please try some sheet pancakes or some shaved fruit ice, or what was the other thing? Oh, the strawberry jam. I'm so focused on the fruit ice. Make some strawberry jam and use it in different places, like on yogurt, or put it on toast. Thanks for watching again. You can find all of our recipes from the nutrition program here at the food bank on the QR code on the screen here. All you have to do is pick up your phone and aim the camera at that code, and a little link will pop up. You click it, and it will take you to our folder of all of the resources that we have. To find the recipes here today, go into the video section in this resource and look for episode 57, and you'll find all of our recipes. Cheers to ringing in the summertime, and I'll hope you try something with strawberries in the near future. We'll see you later.